my interest in being a part of a whole that is unknown, a part of a sort of a thing that if you kind of relinquish control and float within, it can serve you, and if you fight against it or start digging into it or whatever, then it comes back for you. It's sort of like this balance of giving into the idea that we're made of water and that we have to sort of be a part of it, but at the same time not deplete it. We genuinely made a movie about a bunch of people that don't know each other, who are trying to not die. And that is what making the movie felt like. We genuinely were just trying to get through it. It was like hard. They're all really good people. To be honest, everyone was like really excited to get into this because of those physical difficulties, and the whole thing was like, you know, actors don't necessarily want to fake it, even though acting sort of implies this pretend thing. Everyone wants to get as close to the experience as they possibly can, and we worked long hours, and long hours on a normal movie is kind of still hard, but fine. But on a movie like this, to do that for that long and kind of look over and have a couple of sets of eyes that are always the same ones, looking lifeless back at you, helps a lot. And yeah, I mean, like, Vincent's like kind of the epitome of like tougher than nails, alpha Frenchman, sort of like, what's wrong, everything's fine. And then TJ's like, you know, kill me now, I'm gonna die, and he kind of makes light of the thing. And then, you know, Jessica's like it's nice to have a girl around being like, this is awful. And then John's like a really smart, sweet teddy bear. It was all like, I had the best group of people around me to be in such a horrific scenario. They're pretty similar. I mean, deep sea is wide open space, you know, and that can be very lonely, you know, emptiness is obviously. It was kind of a great excuse to just be able to shave it all off, because this person was a kind of Spartan, didn't necessarily treat herself very well at that time. In the beginning of the movie, you don't really know why she's kind of remote, and then you realize she's like kind of grieving, and halfway through the movie we figure out why. But I have to get into this suit 6 or 7 times a day and then out of it, and the idea of having like a ponytail or something like that would have just been so miserable. And so I was like, let's just shave it. And then I was like, great, it looks cool too. I remember I had like one day of stunt training for a few pulls on a wire that we had to do where I was exploded and I have to sort of get like pulled back off a thing. And other than that, it was sort of just being present and a live human being in a suit that weighed 100 pounds, either underwater or trudging through a sort of sandy, dry trench. Every scenario was super physically stifled and either wet or freezing cold or very hot. Like, there was never anything that didn't feel very extreme. So the preparation was limited, and the actual moment-to-moment experience was what was like the goal to be captured, you know, like. I mean, it depends on what it is. I mean, honestly, like, everything that I look for is, I lean towards adjacent terror feelings. Like, it's hard for me to be specific. I would do crazy, very strange things to make a movie.
Что там? Что там?
Что происходит?
Он нас преследует.